This is Straight Shooting Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Dujane Bland. And today we're going to be talking about the AFC North. We're going to be looking at these teams and breaking them down. But today we're going to start with the Super Bowl champs, the Baltimore Ravens. Well, after they won the Super Bowl, it just appears that they had a fire sale. Now, we knew that there were going to be some people that were going to become free agents, but they let go of their main guy who really helped them win the Super Bowl, and Anquan Boldin, for a 6th-round pick. And he goes to the team that they beat, the San Francisco 49ers. Ed Reed, a casualty in free agency. We have the retirement of Ray Lewis. We have Kroger, who goes to another team. Elderby is gone. Kerry Williams, gone. I mean, just a huge list of people. And then on top of that, they released a really good safety in Bernard Pollard. So I know Ravens fans seem to be a little bit scared, maybe a little bit concerned. But I think we all need to remember that you have Ozzie Newsome. And we all know that this guy has made wonderful decisions and smart decisions when it comes to this football team. Now, they have signed some decent guys in Marcus Spears to be Chris Canty. So they have some guys that they are trying to fill some holes, trying to get some guys at a lower price because of this cap situation that every team is dealing with. Now, when we look at this team as far as needs go, looking at the offensive side of the ball, they have to get a wide receiver that's going to command respect. Now, they have some speedsters out there, and Smith and Jacoby Jones. They have some guys that can get down the field, but they're not really good at getting separation all the time, every time. Now, we know that they can go deep. We know that they can pretty much fight for the ball against any opponent. But as far as the intermediate routes, short routes, they're really not getting the separation needed for Joe Flacco. And we see his stats during the season were very average. But they have their running game. Now, when we look at the defensive side of the ball, we know that the needs there have to be linebacker and safety. Now, we have some pretty good guys that are young on this football team that can step up, and I feel that can really make plays for this football team. If you look at a guy in Ladarius Webb, who's going to be coming back off of an injury, guy played pretty well, and they may be looking at him to replace that Ed Reed in that safety spot if they can't find anyone via draft or someone who's a bargain price in free agency that can really come in and step in and help them. But remember, Ozzie Newsome is the guy who really helped this team in so many facets, and kept them competitive over the last several years, and I don't expect anything less from him. So are we a little bit concerned? Maybe, but let's not be overly concerned. We have a great front office here in Ravens camp, and we can expect them to compete and probably compete very well in this division. Well, in other NFL news, the league is proposing rule changes. One of these rule changes requires a running back and makes it illegal for a running back to lead with the crown of his helmet as he's running the football. Hence, takes away the ability for a guy to run over the opponent. What are we thinking? There's guys like Matt Forte and others that definitely don't approve of this particular rule change. And my first question is, how do you expect to referee this particular rule change? And okay, I know we want to do player safety. That's great. I understand that. But in order for a man to lower his shoulder, he must lower his head. Anybody else get that? I mean, it's just common sense, right? Now, we can't even get on the defensive side of the ball with this leading with the head and defenseless player. We can't even get that right. So now we're going to give the officials another problem in trying to referee a touchy subject on whether this guy lowered his head too far or he didn't. And you want to try to make this change and make it effective this year? Absolutely not. I think if you're going to make this change, first of all, you need at least a year to get an understanding and get some kind of happy medium to where we know what's going to be legal and what's not, and it's cut and dry down the board. Now you're asking a running back, when there's a linebacker barreling down at him, to not lower his head and keep his chin up, as Emmitt Smith said, so he can get his chin knocked off? I don't think so, bro. That doesn't even remotely make the least bit of sense. So what are we trying to do here, Mr. Goodell? We playing patty cakes now? Is that what we're doing? We playing hug football? I mean, why don't we just eliminate the whole thing, scrap it, and let's just start calling it, NFL FB. Might as well go to flag football, bro, because that's where you're pushing it to. I understand player safety, and everybody wants players to be safe out there. But this is a physical football. Football is physical. It's a physical game. And to take away a running back's ability to protect himself from a free safety that's just freelancing out there and making a beeline for him, or a linebacker that's making a beeline for him on a screen play, on a run play to the outside, is ridiculous. To me, that enhances concussions when a guy can't protect himself. I don't know. But we'll see. It takes 24 teams to agree out of the 32 to make it a rule. So we'll see. And they're going to be looking to try to vote on this week, amongst the other rules, as the tuck rule. And there's like 2 other rules that they're looking to change here. So we'll see. But I don't agree with this at all. Well, tell us what you think by leaving a comment at the bottom of this video. And we appreciate you watching our show. As always, if you have anything that you'd like to see discussed on this show, please shoot us an email at straightshootingst@gmail.com. And as always, subscribe to the show. It's a great show. This is Straight Shooting Sports Talk.